Okay, so Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high. And if you want to understand why this happened and you're seeing all of this happen right here, then pay attention because I'm about to show you exactly why that happened. Okay, and I'm going to break it down pretty nasty style. I'm going to tell you everything that you need to know from bearish divergences to bull flags to rising wedges to what has happened in the past to the way that the moving averages are moving, how everything is looking in terms of volume, all that type of stuff. We're going to compare it to literally, we're going back in time, baby. So take a walk with me, right? And let's go back in time to literally 2017, 2021, and then now get us up to present. And that way we can predict potentially what is going to happen from here. Now, again, I want people to understand. And if you're one of the people that came over here to get the full analysis from the OG Drew Wolfer channel, man, I appreciate you. Make sure you smash the like button and obviously make sure you hit subscribe if you like content like this on this channel, and boom, bang on the notification bell. Comment whatever you want in the relevant sections and we're going to get straight into it, okay? I want to give one quick disclaimer first and foremost. I've been purposely not posting about this for quite a while because this charting pattern's been setting up for a long time, and the last time I said something about shorting Bitcoin, like you could have seen people coming and burning my house down, right? Pitchforks, the whole nine, right? Everybody was super mad. I get it. Here's my disclaimer. No one wants crypto to go up more than me. I own Wolfer Finance. Okay. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. It is a master and validator noding company. Okay. We master and validator node for Ethereum, FTM, Avalanche, Flux, altcoins, baby. So no one wants to see an alt season more than this guy. That I can assure you. And once alt season gets here, it has to get here after Bitcoin pumps. So I want to see Bitcoin going up, but I'm also realistic in my analysis and I let the charts tell me what is probable to happen. There is no guarantee that Bitcoin is going up from here. There is no guarantee that Bitcoin is going down from here. There is a guarantee that one of those two scenarios will happen, and it will happen in a big exaggerated move as we've seen already. Could Bitcoin be already overextended? Absolutely. Could it have more room to run? Absolutely. But we're going to get into the analysis. You can be the judge of that. I'll give you my bias. I'll give you, like all my trades. I'll give you kind of the levels and all that stuff. You determine it for yourself, man. I'm not trying to like rain on anybody's parade or pee in your Cheerios, whenever you wake up in the morning. So don't get mad at me whenever something plays out. I have no control over the markets. So with that being said, let's just get right into the charts, man. So first and foremost, I want to show you what's going on this chart. Okay, so we hit this new all-time high, right? 94,105, 94,106 on Coinbase, right? Then we had this massive little dump, right? Of like, it's a substantial enough move. We'll call it 2.5% in literally like 2 hours so far, 2.5 hours. Okay. Do you want to know why that happened? There's several factors that made this happen. Okay. And one of them is what is called a bearish divergence. Okay. So that's the first thing I'm going to show you is the bearish divergence on the hourly chart. Okay. So let's look at the hourly RSI. Okay, here we go. Boom. So November 12th, right? Call it November 11th or November 12th, right? All the way up until today, you can see the RSI diverging, right? Making lower highs. All right. So what happened to price on those days? Okay. Well, let's go right up here. You see exactly what I'm talking about. Boom. That's price from November 11th, November 12th, all the way up until right now. Bearish divergence. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Also, I can tell you why we went up to this level right here, and I'll tell you that in just a minute. But I want to also show you some other things that are happening on the chart. There's a bearish divergence not only on the hourly, but on the daily, on the weekly, and on the monthly, and on the 4 hour. So wherever you go, there's a bearish divergence, okay? I'm going to show you the bearish divergence on the daily really quick. Just to kind of really beat this into the ground, okay? And then we won't show it to you on the weekly or the monthly, but if you really want me to get that deep into the analysis, I absolutely can. So here is the daily, all right? Okay, so that's the daily. All right, let's see what's happening on the ROI or on the RSI. Bam, we've got a daily bearish divergence on the RSI, okay? And if you don't believe me, again, November 11th, today, right? November 11th, today. RSI is going down, lower highs, and price is going up, higher highs, right? Here's another thing that I don't think anybody's taking into account. And if the people that you're watching aren't taking this into account, you might want to consider not watching them, because this is them having a bias. Okay, so a lot of people are going to tell you what's going on up here is a bull flag. Okay, that's not a bull flag. That's actually a rising wedge pattern. Okay, and rising wedge patterns break down. Everybody's going to say, "Oh, this is a bull flag. This is a bull flag. We're going up here. Check it out. This is our target. Dur, 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 dur. $107,000. No, no. Bull flags have to be either be flat or they have to be angled down. That's the point of a bull flag. Here's a real bull flag. Look what happened. Boom. Here's a real bull flag. Look what happened. Boom. This is not a bull flag. It's aimed up. So that's another reason why I don't think that this isn't awesome. And if this breaks to the downside, you're targeting probably like $77,500, something like that, like right above where this second bull flag broke out. But this is not a bull flag. Okay. Now, then you're also going to have people that are showing you this on the hourly chart. Okay. So I kind of want to like smash through all the bad TA that people are going to show you first. And then I want to kind of show you why I have the bias that I have. Okay. So they're also going to show you this. They're going to say, this is a bull pennant, right? Dude, that's not a bull pennant. This is the top of that, right? This is the top of that at the best, right? There was literally, let's look. There was almost a day, 1.3 days in between this and that, right? So this is not a bull pennant. How this should actually be drawn is this is the top, and then you've got an upward trending channel. This is an upward trending channel. Yet again, did we try to break out of it? Absolutely, we did. But this is an upward trending channel. Upward trending channels don't break to the upside, they break to the downside. Okay, man? Like that's what happens. So I'm going to take this back. We're going to put it how it was. That way I can keep my bad TA on the whatever. But that's essentially what that is. That's an upward trending channel. That's not a bull flag again. So why did we get rejected all the way up here, right? This is what I really want to talk about. Well, first off, we had that little bull flag, okay? If you look, okay, so this is a bull flag that basically nobody saw, okay? This is a micro bull flag, but I'll zoom it up for you just so that you can see it. That's what a bull flag looks like, and that's what a bull flag breakout looks like, okay? Now, why did we get rejected up here at the new all-time high, other than the fact that it was a new all-time high? Because of this, okay? You see this channel right here that we came within 1/4% of? That is a channel that has been established since literally 2018. I cannot make this up. I'm not BSing you. Literally, we're going to zoom out. We're going to zoom out as far as we possibly can. All right. This is a channel that has held up since 2018. All right. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to scroll back and show you. This is 2018 where this channel starts, right? As you can see, we come up, we test the middle, we come back down, we test the bottom, we kind of capitulate across the bottom for a while, we break down. You will not see many times an upward trending channel get broken to the upside without it retracing back inside of it and then going back into that channel. Why? Because things can't just go up forever, okay? They have to pull back, all right? So that's exactly what happened here. Pulled back, came back up, retested the bottom resistance of that channel, got rejected, came back up, blew through it, hit the very middle of it, came back, tried to back test this support, boom, blasted off, hit the top, did it again, fell back through, retested the middle, fell back again, bam, tested the top, fell back through, retested the middle, fell back through, tested the bottom, tried to go back up and retest the middle, but it fell, okay? That gets us up to where we are now, where we actually came back up, tested it again, fell, blasted through it, got to the middle, came back, got to the middle again, boom, 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 3 hits to the bottom, and then bam, skyrocket. So what's the most likely and logical scenario if we hit this again right here, right? What do you think is potentially going to be the thing that happens here, right? Probably going back down to here, right? So I want to show you what I mean by that and why I think that we could probably be going down to this like 77, 78K level. So let me go ahead and zoom in. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, right? Because we know about the bearish divergences. We know about the upward trending channel. We know about the micro bull flag that played out that nobody else was talking about, right? We know how this channel has been kind of trending and how it's hasn't been tested in God knows how long. This channel line hasn't been tested since November of 2021. This is literally one of the largest resistance areas you're ever going to see on a chart, okay? So let's zoom in here and I'll show you exactly why I think, where I think it's going or where it could go, right? Look how overextended we are on the 50. The 50 moving average is down here by $72,000, okay? This is it's not necessarily the best place to be, right? Here we have an 88K target on these like kind of like macro or this micro pattern because we could see, kind of get caught up where this previous all-time high was before we set new ones, right? But I want to show you something that's a little bit more, I don't know, concrete, right? So let me go ahead and show you these couple of supply zones that date back to like, 2024, like March of 2024, and all the way back to here, right? So this supply zone right here, this first supply zone that's right in the, $70,000 to $67,000 range, guess where that's at? And then the new like previous all-time high that you see. You saw this one and then boom, you saw this one, right? Now, that's kind of where we're heading, but I see us kind of getting caught up right here first. Now, if you look at that supply zone, you're going to see it. It's sitting right atop the previous kind of like all-time high before we hit through this. And that's where we actually broke through that all-time high to then go to these new all-time highs, right? So I could see us retracing back down here. By the way, I'm in a short position on Bitcoin right now, but I could see us coming back down here to the 77.5, maybe even down to the 76 level, but I could definitely see us coming down here to about the $80,000 level. Okay. Now look how overextended we are and how far out from these moving averages we are. Okay. Here's another thing that I want to show you. All right. I want you to understand that like this has happened before. And as much as people are like, this is a different bull run, trust me, dude, my co-founder Larry, he says the same thing all day, every day. I was actually on the phone with him right here where I was like, hey, Larry, this might be the one where it gets rejected because of this trend line. And sure enough, it did. And we're already down almost $2,000 from the all-time high. Right. And so anyways, dude, the past, it matters. Okay. So I want to show you what we're seeing on the RSI here and compare it to what we're seeing now. Okay, so let's go back to the RSI here because this is probably one of the biggest sell-offs that we've seen in Bitcoin. And this is something that you need to be taking into account. Okay, so let's look at the RSI. So if you see this RSI back here, right, we're looking at January 2021. RSI was way up here, right? Then what happened? It was all the way up at like 90. Then what happened? In February, it was at 80. Then what happened? This is where the new all-time highs came in, right? This is the problem that people aren't looking at. The RSI over here was lower, even though price was higher than it was over here. Look at this price and look at this RSI. Now look at this price and look at this RSI. That is it literally telling you this is about to roll over. That is a bearish divergence, okay? That's exactly what happened in that previous bull run, right? Now, let's see what's happening on the charts where we're at right now, okay? Where's RSI? Right here, whenever we hit that new all-time high. It's massive. It's up here at, 85. Where's RSI now? 75, right? So here's the middle of March, right? You're looking at RSI being, massively up here, right here. You're looking at 87 RSI. Where are we at now? If you look, we saw on the 11th, RSI was at 84. So it's significantly lower than this one, which was at 87.5. But then what? This is a new all-time high right here, and RSI is significantly lower, just like it was back here, okay? This is not what you're wanting to see. That's what happened literally right here. So you could see a massive pullback, okay? And I'm not saying it's going to be like as drastic as this one was because this was the end of a bull cycle and the beginning of a bear cycle. But my point is that's why you could see this coming back here into that $76,000 range relatively quickly. I'm not going to sit here and like sugarcoat it for people. Like, the whole reason that we do this analysis is to understand everything that's going on. And if you look at what's happening and you go to like even the hourly charts and stuff like that, you're going to see divergences happening literally everywhere. We're talking divergences on Stoke, right? We're talking divergences on RSI, right? We're talking, and that's the daily one. So I don't even have to show you what the hourly one looks like because you can see it on the screen. We're talking divergences on the MACD. Like, we're literally talking about RSI divergences on everything all the way up to momentum, man. And look at our accumulation distribution line. Like, this thing is way, way, way up into distribution territory. This is where we should normally be, right? Like, down here, this is where we should normally be if we want to see price going up. And this is where we are now. Okay. This is crazy stuff. So could Bitcoin go down? Absolutely. But I want to show you where it could go if it actually breaks this line, because there's a proverbial line in the sand where if that line gets broken, we're in a pretty good friggin' place. But I just don't see it. Here's what I want to show you really quick, because there's a line in the sand that we have right here. We have to close above this level right here, which is 91,328. So if we lose $1,000 more on Bitcoin before the close in like 2.5 hours, we're going to have two topping tails in a row, which are right here, which are called inverted hammers. And they are one of the most bearish things you could have. Just to have one of them at an all-time high, but to have two of them in a row on a daily chart at an all-time high is not good. We actually saw that print the other week on the weekly chart, and I told people about it, and everybody's like, dude, screw you, man. I hate you. You suck, blah, blah, blah. It was right here. And then we pumped. And I was like, I gave both sides of the trade where I was like, hey, if we pump, if we break this level right here, we could go up to about 90 or 84K, blah, blah, blah. We did. And we hit it like right here and kept going through it. So it's actually pretty good. But my point is that you're seeing a pretty bad, like kind of like candlestick cluster right here on the daily, and you're seeing a rising channel, right? Which is that upward trending channel. And we've got upward trending channel, that we can't break out of here. That we're probably going to break to the downside, and you can check that on the hourly as well. I'll put that on the hourly really quick just so that everybody can see it. But there's your upward trending channel. We tried to break out of it right here. If you watch and you look, you can see it right here. We tried to break out of it. That's another reason that we got rejected here, right? Also, which is pretty crazy to think about. And we're back down to the middle of that channel. So if this breaks again, we're going down here, man. So here's another thing that I kind of want to show you, and I kind of want everybody to keep on their radar. Okay. So these are some rising channels that you can see on the daily chart, and I'm going to pull it up so that you can see it a little bit more clearly. But you can see these rising channels on the daily chart. There's about two different ones, and I'm going to turn one of them off so that you can't see it. But you see this, how we kind of broke out of this channel, right? You can see test, 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 broke out of it, right? Guess where that's at? 77K, right? That's a micro uptrend channel. This is another micro uptrend channel. Guess where the support on that is? About $79,000. Okay, so $80,000 and $77,000 are kind of the targets from here. Then you have a long-term trend line, and again, guess where that's at? 75, 76K. Where does that long-term trend line come? Well, let's zoom out and let's see where it comes from. All the way back to the friggin' bottom low of this, right? All the way back to $15,000. You can see it. Test, 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 test. Finally breaks through, come back, test it as support, tries to test it as support, right? But actually falls through it, then reclaims it again really quickly, falls through it again, goes back to the bottom of the trend line, finally reclaims it. It's up here. I can see us going right back down here. So just keep these things in mind whenever you're looking at the charts, man, because like, it's not that I'm trying to be like a naysayer or anything like that. I'm just trying to keep it real and show you what the charts are showing me, which is bearish divergences out the wazoo. Daily, weekly, hourly, 4-hour, monthly. Dude, there's a bearish divergence on the friggin' monthly chart, man. We're at overextended levels where the RSI is like not making new highs whenever the price is making new highs. That's not a good thing. We're super overextended and way out from the 50 and even the 20 moving averages on the daily, the weekly, stuff like that. If you zoom out and you look at that, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So this is what healthy markets do. They leg up, they leg back down. And then if you break that channel, and actually that's what I was going to do. I'm going to show you really quick if we break this channel where we could be going. Okay. So if we break this channel and say that this, for whatever reason, is the actual, rising wedge or whatever, right? Or not the rising wedge, but it's the bull pennant, right? where could we be going for that bull pennant? So this is where we could be going, about $109,000, okay? And that's a pretty substantial place to be, all right? So I like this kind of setup, but I don't like the bull pennant, and you know exactly why I don't like the bull pennant is because I don't think this is a true bull pennant. I don't see us breaking this. It's going to be tough. So, especially with this massive rejection here. Then, if you go and you look right here at about 91.5, okay? And we did come through it and we did wick through it, but we haven't actually closed a candle above it, which is a problem. So, again, like I said, that 91.4 to 91.5 range, if we close below it, because here's the thing, in order for us to break this and then say, okay, we're heading up to the next one, which would be at about 120. Okay, so as you can see, if we break through this level right here, obviously we have to hold the previous all-time high, right? But if we break through this level right here, we could see us pumping up to about $120,000. So you've got like a $99,000, target right now, right? Then you've got about 110,000 whenever that pattern plays out, if it plays out to the upside. Then you've got $120,000. Now, all of this stuff holds true no matter what. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's this other thing that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, which is the cup and handle, okay? And if you want to see what's going on with the cup and handle, here it is. Boom. This is our cup. This is our handle, right? Guess what the top of this handle is going to hit, right? If you actually check where the breakout is going to be, right? If you take this and you drag this line all the way over to where the breakout is, guess where it targets you to? About $128,000, okay? Now, why is because when we're measuring it, we measure from the break of that line, right? This cup or this handle right here, and we measure the full arc of this cup, and we just copy and paste it over here, and boom, you could still see that. We have not made that move up yet because we're running into this massive, massive resistance. So could we still drop down here? Yeah, and it could nullify that pattern, but we could literally drop all the way down to $70,000 and still be doing our first retest of this cup and handle. That's how cup and handles work. What happens is a lot of people thought this was the breakout. This is not the breakout. What you have to do is you have to hit the breakout candle, and then you have to get a daily close above the breakout candle's close, right? That's where we confirmed. Then we came up here and we smacked into this resistance. We're probably going to fall down here, retest this, and then bounce and then go to $130,000. So again, everybody that's in the comments section getting mad at me, yelling at me, saying, I hate your braids. You look stupid. You're an idiot. Frick you, man. I'm saying that we're probably just going to see a cooling off period for the RSI, for the stochastics, for the momentum, all that stuff to kind of level off. Boom, before we hit that massive upward trajectory, before we hit $99,000. $110,000, $120,000, $130,000, which is where we're measuring on this, man. And if you go and you look at that friggin' Fibonacci, that's absolutely insane. You're looking at about $130,000, which is crazy to think about, man. Like, you're looking at $120,000 first and foremost. Then the next friggin' level is 186. Guess what's after that? 250, baby. So, like, you should be happy about this. You want to come back down here to this 70K level. And guess what that 70K level lines up with? Holy crap. It lines up with a previous Fibonacci level just under it at about $67,000. Dude, like, you can't make this stuff up. Like I said, with that being said, hopefully everybody got some value out of this video. I appreciate everybody that showed up. I will look forward to seeing how this plays out. Like I said, full disclosure, I am in a short right now, not because I want Bitcoin to go down, but because I want to make money, right? So I just let the charts tell me what to do. And, I set my risk tolerance and profile as such, and we play what is given to us. So with that being said, if you like content like this, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom! Bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant section. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. I appreciate you showing up to this one. Peace.